So it occurred to me recently that I haven't uploaded to this channel in like a month, and I want to apologize for that. This just goes to show that I'm a lazy guy, and while I've been uploading on my main channel a lot, I've barely had any motivation to do so. Anyway, I was scrolling around YouTube as usual and came across this little trailer, watched it, and realized I wasted a perfect opportunity for a reaction. That's when I decided to go ahead and get my feet wet with something new. Welcome to my first ever analysis video. Now, I've never done anything like this before, so I want to apologize in advance for either not going in depth enough, or if I miss any crucial details. So go easy on me. There's a first time for everything, right? So, for those of you who clicked on this video, most of you should know why you're here. And if you don't know, I got you. Check this out for me real quick. So, there you have it. I'm going to be doing an analysis on the trailer for Act 1 of Hiveswap, an official game based off the popular webcomic Homestuck, which y'all probably didn't even know I was into, huh? Anyway, let's get started. First off, a moment of silence. Do you hear that goddamn music? Yo, if the rest of the soundtrack is anything like this, y'all can bet I'm selling the rest of whatever's left of my soul to get this game and its soundtrack, cause that was so bomb it blew up a school somewhere. That music alone deserves an applause. Real talk. We begin with a house, a quite rundown one too by the looks of all those leaves and stuff covering it. Plus, those Christmas lights have probably been up there for decades. Based on the description of the game, the condition of the things around the house, and the monsters roaming all over the outskirts of the place, we can most likely deduct that there's a good chance that the house has already been transferred over to Alternia, World of the Trolls. Though I could be entirely wrong. Do not hesitate to correct me if I am. So, let's take a gaze around the house. The first thing most people would notice would probably be the big dark monster with no eyes, wild ass hair, and a green portal for a mouth. Freaky looking. Seems like this one and the spider-like monster behind it are most likely some common enemies of the game. Next, we see that abnormally large horse statue just kinda chilling back there. It's a horse in a Homestuck game, so obviously the first guess anyone who knows anything about the series would make is that it's an Equius reference. But, once again, I could be completely in the red zone. Up next, we find this little bush in the shape of some snake thing. Possibly a cutout of a denizen or something, I'm not entirely sure. Y'all go ahead and tell me. Right under that is a little dog house, maybe. I'm not entirely sure. We do see a dog in the trailer, so I assume it's for him, but it's a little small, although that could be just perspective. Also, there's another one later in the trailer too, so we'll just have to find out some other time. Probably the last thing of relevance out here, in my opinion, is this chalk drawing of sorts. Not sure what it is, but it's another one of those things where the first idea that's probably gonna pop up in your head when seeing this is Terezi. But I'm betting it's just something one of the kids drew. But who knows? In the next little scene, we've got a wall of pictures. We start all the way on the far left with the one with Grandpa and the deer with the Christmas drawings taped all over it. Strange. Above that is what I assume to be a young Jake English. Once again, don't hesitate to correct me if I'm wrong. Next to that is a wedding photo of Old English? And some new woman I don't believe we've ever met before. The closest we get to her name is the photo of her on the far right, signed, "To Jake, my biggest fan, A. Claire." Damn, Jake, you got yourself a woman! Anywho, under the wedding photo resides a picture of the younger two main characters, and Roxy, my favorite alpha kid. Not surprised she's close with the two. They are kids of her friends after all. Directly next to that one is a photo of Jake, Jane, and what I believe to be Harley, Jade's dog, but this one has a face, so I'm not sure entirely. Above this picture is that of our two protagonists of the game, the siblings Jude Harley and Joey Claire. And I know what you newcomers are probably thinking, the names don't go with who you originally thought they did, huh? And yes guys, don't worry, I actually do already know about the other main character, the troll main character. I can't remember his name at the moment, but I know he exists, so do not worry. We'll get back to him another time. The final three pictures of relevance, in my opinion, are the pictures above these, which are the two baby pictures of the protagonists and the mystery woman, right in the middle, Claire, who I'm now guessing is most likely the mother of these two, but I cannot be 100% sure, so let's just go ahead and leave that alone and move on. In the next scene, we cut to Joey in her... Oh my god. What is that dinosaur? Jesus, that is not okay! Can she even watch YouTube on that ancient trash? Moving on. We are now in Joey's room. Just by the looks of it, we can tell she's definitely into girly things just by taking a glance at all the stickers, posters, pink items, and stuffed animals. Though one stuffed animal in particular stood out to me. Lol lol lol. Look familiar? Not really. Moving on. Judging by her movements here, we can tell she's probably scared of something. Another reason to believe she's already made it to Alternia. Who wouldn't be scared of being chucked so suddenly into a new world? The player moves her to the next side of the room. The first few noticeable things to me are the Hungry Hippos, Connect 4, and the console chilling on the left side of the room. None of this stuff is really relevant, but it gives us a tad bit more character info on Joey here. The player clicks on the window and it gives two options, look and look outside. Since I assume we're going to have options like this a lot, it's most likely that in future gameplay, we're going to have to do a lot of investigating and looking for things. Joey takes a glimpse outside and witnesses similar monsters from the beginning of the trailer surrounding her brother's treehouse. Nothing much to point out here, so let's just move on. Enter Jude Harley, the younger sibling. Clearly based on the mess in this place, we can assume he's a nerd of all sorts who spends way too much time in here. You've got the birds in their cages, the clippings and pictures all connected to one another, the odd device next to the strange material that's been dug into, as well as the... Oh my god, I hope that's not what I... Is that bird blood? I think I'm gonna be sick! Let's move on! Actually, before even that, I want to just let you guys know that there is a big-ass morning star chilling in the corner of his treehouse. Do not think I didn't notice that. Why he has it, I have no idea, but now we are genuinely going to move on, because we're just going to ask too many questions. None of them are going to get answered until later on, so let's just go. Let's just go. We shift back over to Joey, who is now traversing the house with a little flashlight, though I personally feel there's nothing much relevance here, so I'm just going to continue. Up next, we get a glimpse of our first actual cutscene. A big black monster with no eyes and many arms, scaring the piss out of these poor children and their abnormally large dog. I'm gonna shoot and guess that this is one of the bosses, or one of the first bosses. This is definitely not a common enemy. Definitely. I mean, do you see the size of that thing? There's no way in hell. I think it's safe to say that this beast is a little more important than the other ones considering its size, and in the very next scene, we actually see a battle between Joey and this very same beast. I'm not sure what type of battle system is going on here since we see nothing else but a target mark on the beast, so I'm going to assume it's just a turn-based RPG, which I am totally fine with. Joey attacks the large beast with a flashlight, and while that may be a little cool, I'm hoping that we get better weapons later on down the road if we're going to be battling like this. Directly after the attack, she does a little spin, showing off her skills as a ballerina. Very clean. I'm happy that they did this because it just gives a little more depth to Joey. It gives a little more insight about the character that we're going to be playing throughout the game, and it fits really well. I'm just very happy that they gave her a little more detail, so I just love that a lot. After that, this little scene of Joey is shown of her being chased back into her room by this same beast, passing a mess of things like a statue with a tutu, Pringles, and just an overall mess in the hallway. Clearly, no one has been watching over these children because this is an absolute mess. Next up, we get the title sequence. Then, a quick look at what I assume to be Alternia, being overrun by strange robotic creatures, nabbing trolls right off the streets. My lord. I feel you, small Aradia lookalike. I'd be pissed too if I got snatched up like that. And finally, we get the end screen, giving us the possible release date, because it's still very possible that could change, although I highly doubt it at this point, and Act 1, showing this truly is an episodic game. Whew! So that just about does it for this little analysis trailer. I want y'all to know I was recording and editing as I went. This video was recorded and edited like just back to back. So, so if you hear any changes in my voice or anything like that, it's because I was going every few days. I would record, edit, stop for a little while, record, edit. So, that was one of the longest scripts I've ever written for anything, especially for this channel. It was longer than the DBZ Paper Mario Color Splash video. This was long. Analysis trailers are hard. Well, maybe for me. Maybe not for you guys. But anyway, whatever the case, point is, I hope you guys are as excited as I am for this game. Come next January, maybe we could take a look into it on the other channel. Maybe I'll find a way to do some kind of playthrough for you guys. We'll check it out. Maybe I'll just do some reactions to it. It depends on how it goes. If I can figure out how to do things. But thank you guys ever so much for watching. I truly do hope you enjoyed. Do me the favor of dropping a like and a comment. I will be seeing you guys in the next video. Do me the favor of taking good ass care. Goodbye, everyone.